The classification of organisms, also known as biological classification or taxonomy, is the systematic grouping of living things based on shared characteristics. This system helps scientists understand the relationships between different organisms and organize biological diversity. The Aristotle's classification of organisms is very important and is very primitive. Aristotle, the Greek philosopher and scientist, was one of the first to attempt a systematic classification of living organisms. His classification was very simple and is based on observable characteristics such as habitat and mode of movement. So here Aristotle has differentiated the organisms into two kingdoms. He divided living organisms into animals and plants. Animals are the organisms that move and consume food, whereas plants are the organisms that are stationary and make their own food. Thus, the Aristotle further classified animals based on presence or absence of blood. So, the organisms with blood, such as vertebrates like mammals, birds, and fish, whereas without bloods are invertebrates like insects. So, he has differentiated the organisms based on their habitat as land animals such as lions and horses, water animals such as fish and whales, air animals such as birds and bats. And again, he has classified the plants into three groups: herbs, shrubs, and trees. Herbs are small, soft stemmed plants such as grass. Shrubs are medium sized plants with woody stems such as bushes. Trees are large plants with a single thick woody trunk such as oak trees. There are certain limitations of Aristotle's classification. It did not consider the microscopic organisms. It did not account for the evolution of the organisms. Some classifications are very incorrect. For example, he grouped whales and fish together because they lived in water, and it did not include the microorganisms. Despite its limitations, Aristotle's work laid the foundation for later classification systems. Carl Linnaeus, a Swedish botanist and zoologist, developed a scientific classification system that formed the foundation of modern taxonomy. His system was based on morphological characteristics of the organisms and introduced the concept of binomial nomenclature. Linnaeus classified all living organisms into two major kingdoms. Kingdom Plantae includes all plants which are stationary and photosynthetic in nature. Kingdom Animalia includes all animals which are motile and heterotrophic organisms. Linnaeus introduced a seven-level classification system that grouped organisms from the most general to the most specific. So here the topmost is the kingdom. So it is the largest group, such as Animalia and Plantae. Then comes the phylum. So here the phylum is either the phylum of the animals or of the plants. Here the organisms are grouped with similar body structures. Then comes the class. It is more specific than phylum. For example, Mammalia includes all mammals. Then comes the order. It groups similar families. For example, Carnivora includes cats, dogs, and bears. Then comes the family. Groups related to genera. Felidae includes all cats. Then comes the genus, a group of closely related species. For example, Panthera includes lions, tigers, and leopards. Then comes the species, the most specific level, organisms that can interbreed. For example, Panthera leo for lions. Linnaeus' greatest contribution was binomial nomenclature, a system for scientifically naming organisms. The rules are each organism has a two-part Latin name. Genus is capitalized, species is in lower case. For example, Homo sapiens, humans, Panthera tigris, tiger. Names are written in italics. Limitations of Linnaeus classification. It has only two kingdoms. It did not classify fungi, bacteria, and protists. It is based on physical traits. It did not consider the genetic relationships. It did not include evolutionary history. Later, Charles Darwin's theory of evolution helped improve classification. Lineage system has been expanded with more kingdoms and domains based on genetics and evolution. Today we use the three domain system, bacteria, archaea and eukarya. Then comes the five or six kingdom system, adding Monera, Protista and fungi. Despite these changes, lineage hierarchical system and binomial nomenclature are still used in modern taxonomy. మర్చిపోకుండా సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి.